watching HCTV 22 City News, your source for news and information on issues, people, arts and entertainment, and sports in the city of Hawthorne.
In this edition of City News, the Hawthorne Exchange gets a new resident. We'll tell you who. Also, find out how these kids decided to spend their summer. And Hawthorne locals are making a splash. We'll take you there. These stories and much more coming up on City News. Hello and welcome to City News. I'm Michelle Tucker. Business is booming in the area known as the Hawthorne Exchange. The latest addition is a credit union. Miri Marshall has an eye on this new development.
There's a new place in town for you to put your money. Westcom Credit Union is now open for business on 120th and Crenshaw. And for some people, that means a savings of time and gas. Mary Beal used to hike it over to Culver City to bank with Westcom. Now she's about 5 minutes away.
So that's why I come here. Convenience, and parking. Parking in Culver City branch, woo, terrible.
It's a deal she couldn't wait to take advantage of.
Oh, I was here when they unlocked the door on the day that they opened. I was their first customer.
We had a need to be here in the Hawthorne community. We have branches in Los Angeles as well as Culver City and Torrance. And between the location, there was a great need for us to be in the Hawthorne community.
The new branch celebrated its start with a ribbon-cutting ceremony. The Westcom opening is a part of a bigger scheme of development here in the east side of Hawthorne. Council members tell me there's more to come.
We have pretty close to 200 detached homes, single-family homes. There's some, it's going to be a gated community.
Everything is filling up, including we're going to be having a Target shortly. So we're just very excited.
At the strip mall near Westcom, yet even more development, with the juice bar and restaurant recently opening its doors.
Before it was all barren and it was dilapidated buildings, and if anybody takes the trouble to come up here now, there's a lot of shopping to do.
Shopping and banking, all in one stop. For HCTV, I'm Miri Marshall.
So far, Westcom has hired 8 people from Hawthorne, and they are looking for a few more. You can find out more information at 1-888-493-7266. The Western Museum of Flight is taking off out of Hawthorne, but it's not landing far away. The museum resided here for more than 20 years and is now moving to Zamperini Field in Torrance. The decision to move came after a long battle with rising rental rates. The new location is smaller than their Hawthorne residence, so many of the larger planes will be loaned out to aviation-related businesses and organizations. For some students, summer was more than just a time to relax. Several community groups came together to give some South Bay students an early career start. Reporter Miri Marshall has the story.
If James didn't have a job, he says he'd be spending his summer babysitting. But working at Vought Aircraft Industries in Hawthorne beats the nanny gig.
Yes, by a long shot, because I don't get paid for babysitting.
He and Jonathan both get paid as student workers in the inventory department at Vought. The Hawthorne branch of the aircraft company builds the Boeing 747 fuselage, also known as the aircraft cabin. Here, the students count the parts, then put kits together so that plant operators can use them to build planes.
All right, this will be the first piece, and there's only one required, so.
It's a good experience to have, to know that I can help with the planes a little bit, knowing that when I see a plane in the air that I probably help put that plane together.
The students landed these jobs through the South Bay Workforce Investment Board. The group teams up with other community groups to give disadvantaged youngsters summer jobs. This year, the program helped about 240 students find jobs around the South Bay area. Organizers say having a job as a teen helps to teach them responsibility.
They learn what it's like to have to work, to get up in the morning, you work, you get a paycheck, teaches them very good work habits.
It's a part of a federally funded program that gives kids jobs at public and nonprofit organizations, but federal funds have been falling short.
We used to put over 1,000 kids to work in the summer. Now, we're lucky if we put a few hundred.
SIPWIB held a fundraiser to make up for the lack of funds. Vought was one of the sponsors that helped expand job offers to private companies. For Jonathan and James, that's an even bigger payoff than a check.
This is good for my resume. It gives me experience. It's a good place to work, and I like the work environment and everything.
Jonathan, he's got great attendance. He comes in on time, and he's good at asking questions. And with James, he's the same way. If he doesn't know something, he'll ask the questions, and he's a good listener and a good learner.
James plans to become a biomedical engineer, while Jonathan is aiming for criminal justice. But for now, they'll help build planes and careers. For HCTV, I'm Miri Marshall.
Sponsors for the Summer Youth Job Program include both the El Segundo and Hawthorne Rotary Clubs and Behavioral Health Services. The Hawthorne Islamic Center opened its doors to the community recently at an annual Open Mosque Day. Nearly 50 South Bay locals gathered at the Islamic Center to learn about Islam. Several community members participated in discussions about issues in the Middle East and about the relationship between Muslims and non-Muslims.
Basically, the purpose of this event is to reach out and open our doors, as they are open all the time, for people to get to know who we are, what we do in the community, and to make new friends, hopefully.
The event was held in coordination with the Shura Council of Southern California. Locals also enjoyed a barbecue lunch and tours throughout the day. For more information on the Islamic Center of Hawthorne, you can call 1-310-973-8000. Coming up next on City News, a celebration of books and reading. We'll take you where it all happened. Also, what do friendship, new business partners, and wine all have in common? Well, we'll tell you. There's more news ahead. We'll be right back.
Impossible.
It's never too early to start reading to your kids.
Are you prepared for what awaits you?
There are amazing possibilities when you open a child's mind to reading. Log on to the Library of Congress website and let the journey begin.
Anyone else?
My name is David, and in 8 years, I'll be an alcoholic.
Hi, David.
I'll start drinking in middle school, just at parties. But my parents won't start talking to me about it till high school. And by then, I'll already be in some trouble.
Kids who drink before age 15 are 5 times more likely to have alcohol problems when they're adults.
The thing is, my parents won't even see it coming.
So start talking.
Who's next?
Before they start drinking.
On June 4th, my big brother was sentenced to 5 years in prison for a gun crime. That day, he sentenced me to 5 years of walking home alone from school.
When you commit a gun crime, your family pays the price.
Does peace really have a chance within our lifetime? At Rotary, we believe it does. We've created programs at universities around the world dedicated solely to teaching peace to a new generation. There's a new symbol for peace. Rotary.
In the classroom, I turn my head over this way, and there's a gangbanger looking at me, mad dogging me, throwing signs up under the table. I feel real scared for my life, so.
My social scene was all that would count. I didn't do my schoolwork.
Bad people in the neighborhood. My brother, he's been through it.
My mom's scared when I go outside.
I failed a couple classes before.
Violence in my neighborhood.
I'm not that good of an essay writer.
I want to prove everybody that I'm gonna make it and I'm gonna be somebody in life.
Hi, I'm Edward James Olmos, and you're watching the best channel on television. That's HCTV, Channel 22. Watch it.
Welcome back. With the new school year right around the corner, the Richstone Family Center decided to kickstart reading comprehension through the celebration of books and reading. Reporter Julian Reyes has the story.
Reach Out Through Reading is the theme of this celebration.
It's actually an event to really promote literacy within the local community and the joy of reading between adults and children.
The event works like this. Children are separated into groups where they are read a book, then asked to complete an art project to develop their comprehension skills. Volunteers and participants say this whole event is very important.
I just think it's fun to be out in the community and be working with the kids again, and from an adult kind of give back to the community.
I think it's just really important for people like us to be here to help, because basically these children are our future.
Because if you don't know how to read, you wouldn't be good in your life.
Participants were also treated to arts and crafts and a barbecue cooked up by the Lion's new youth organization, the Leos.
It makes me feel good because I'm knowing I'm doing something good for a cause.
Most parents wanted to express their gratitude to the Richstone Family Center for not only helping their children, but for giving them hope as well.
Well, with all this fun here, I had to try to get into the dance act. At the Richstone Family Center, where they're reaching out through reading, Julian Reyes, HCTV. Ready, girls? Let's do this. Okay, here we go.
5, 6, 7, 8. 2, 3, 4.
For more information on this program or any other Richstone Family Center programs, you can call 1-310-970-1921. Earlier this summer, the Kiwanis Club of Hawthorne donated $1,000 scholarships to both Hawthorne and Lusinger High Schools to help deserving seniors continue their education. A $500 scholarship was also donated to the Centinela Valley Adult Education. The Hawthorne Chamber of Commerce Women's Business Council came together at the Chester Washington Golf Course. HCTV's Julian Reyes has the story.
Wine, cheese, fruit, and crackers kicked off the Hawthorne Chamber of Commerce Businesswomen's Council wine tasting event.
We decided that maybe 3 times a year we're going to have a wine tasting, and that's part of the Businesswomen's Council.
Activities included mingling, a raffle, and tasting an assortment of wine. The Women's Business Council is made up of more than 100 proud and strong businesswomen in Hawthorne.
It's important for me because I'm a leader, and I have always had a take charge attitude and wanted to get things done. And so in any type of environment that I work in, I need to be in a take charge position.
I think it's fabulous, and it's very important because it gives us the kind of, the self-esteem to be able to exude and exert our own energies and efforts in what we do best, which is communicate with people.
What a better way to communicate with new people than at a wine tasting event.
All I can say is cheers to the city of Hawthorne at the wine tasting event. Julian Reyes, HCTV.
If you would like more information on the Hawthorne Chamber of Commerce, you can call 1-310-676-1163. The Holly Glen Homeowners Association recently met at Dana Middle School to hold their 2nd annual community barbecue and information fair. The enticing smell of the barbecue wasn't the only thing that attracted residents to this annual picnic.
Today's event is to bring the community of Holly Glen together to make available to everyone resources to our community.
Local organizations, schools, and city departments were all there to answer questions and meet the community. The barbecue was free to attend. If you would like more information about the Holly Glen Homeowners Association, you can call 1-310-765-4802. When we return, we show you how some Hawthorne residents are finding some time to themselves.
Hello, young prince. Hello, young prince. Hey, Dad, where are we going today?
Only you can prevent wildfires.
Why do I call it a funny bone?
Why can't penguins fly?